Welcome to DWI Steelers segment. Welcome back. Fellas, we got a lot to get into. Listen, the draft just happened, so we have to cover it. Right. We just have to cover it. I mean, there's a lot of interesting things that happened throughout the draft for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and I'm very, very happy to bring it to you at home. So without further ado, that's Dude, that's Wax, I'm Illy, we are DWI. So fellas, let's get right into it. Yo, so listen, a lot of noise has been, going on in that back office, man. I'm excited for this season. I mean, I'm excited every season, but extremely exciting because we're starting to get our poop in a group and getting our, our stuff together, if you will. So, with that being said, let's cover the draft just a tiny bit. Wax, I'm gonna start with you. How you feeling about that first pick that we picked up, Derek Harmon?
I'm happy with the guys that we got so far.
Right. I mean, he is a defensive tackle, and I know this guy over here is extremely, overwhelmingly happy. Dude, how you feeling?
I like it. Yeah, I like the pick, man. I like the philosophy of getting in the trenches, man, shoring up those trenches, because that's, to me, that's where I played growing back in the day. So that's what I feel like is the staple of a good team. If you don't get the trenches right, it don't matter who you got. And I think he's going to be a nice compliment. And he said he patterned his style after Cam Hayward anyway, so it's going to be nice that Cam will be there to help guide him through.
Right. Because we're going to need somebody to put in place in the event that Cam, decides to retire.
Right, because he ain't getting no younger, and, he's still a dog. He still was all pro last year, so it's like, he made me kind of eat my words.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys admitted it, but he didn't make me eat mine. Cam, you are the man. Continue to do well as you train this young up-and-comer to do the exact same in the event that you decide to retire, moving forward.
Right. And the thing about him is there's a story, like, the night he got drafted, like, they asked him, what are you about to do now? He's like, I'm going to go to the hospital because his mom was on life support. So he goes to the hospital, tells his mom that he got drafted by the Steelers, and then later on that night she passes away.
Wow.
Because she had brain cancer, I think. So it's a beautiful story that she got a chance to at least hear that he got drafted, but it's sad. So, our thoughts and prayers go out to the young man, and hopefully he can get through that. And Steelers is a nice family organization that hopefully they help him get through it as well.
Definitely. I feel like coming here he will be able to get, some of the help he needs with the organization, what they'll provide, and just the city. Right. We're going to give him, boatloads of love coming into the organization, into the town.
Right.
So I'm extremely happy, too. I will say this. I didn't expect them to pick defensive tackle first. I did not expect that. That was definitely something I didn't see. Because who was still on the chopping block.
I've been telling y'all they was going defensive tackle.
Well, that's because you and Omar Khan are like this, and you be talking to him.
I'm part Khan.
I know. You're shocking them people, Omar and them people. So, I understand the, love and appreciation you got for the Khan family. But, nah, that's crazy because you guys remember who was on the chopping block still.
You mean who was up for grabs?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Should we say Sanders? Mm-hmm. Shador was still up for, to get drafted. So, they opted to, go with another choice, which that's their, prerogative if that's what they want to do. But I was shocked, man, because I was for sure we was going to get him. We had time to say, okay, Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to, deal with the Steelers, so we'll move forward. They re-signed Mason Rudolph, and I figured they were going to go heavy in the draft like they've been known to do in the past.
Right.
But they shocked the heck out of me, man, by skipping him. How do you feel about it, dude?
I really wasn't shocked. I thought that they might have did it. I wasn't shocked that they didn't.
Right.
But I'm kind of glad they didn't.
Why? Explain yourself.
I was never really enthralled with Shador. I think he's good and got potential to be good, but as of right now, I didn't see it.
But we got an empty. Well, I don't want to say empty seat when they when I know they have a quarterback, a viable quarterback back there.
Right.
National champion.
Who?
Will Howard.
Right.
He won the national championship last year with O State.
Yeah, the dude they picked up.
No, I didn't even get to him yet. I was just saying as far as Mason Rudolph. You
Right.
know, I didn't even get to the young guy. I was saying as far as somebody that would be in the driver's seat, moving the Steelers forward for the future.
Right.
So I thought they would have picked him. You know, he was still lingering around.
I just feel like the rest of the league looked at him as a second or a backup quarterback for now. Maybe they could, like a project where you can not put him out there right away, but whenever you're a backup quarterback, there's a whole different criteria that you have to have. You got to be able to be helpful and hold that clipboard and be not happy with being a backup quarterback, but being content with it for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if Shador, I don't think they saw that from him, the rest of the league. I think that's why he slipped so long, because plus he kind of self-sabotaged himself a little bit by not doing the interviews the way he was supposed to do, and not I don't know. I think he's good, and I don't think he's a bad kid. I just think he might have got some bad counseling.
Right. Wax, do you feel like Shador comes with baggage?
For sure. And I thought that, he was going to fall a little bit, but not to where he fell to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I feel like Dion didn't help his case by putting a lot of statements out and making moves the way they did.
Right.
Plus, you add the circus that family brings, just the star power.
Yeah.
Everybody on the sidelines and stuff. So I understand, but I feel like being that he went to the Browns, he might be a problem for us in the future.
I get it, man, but you got 5 quarterbacks to go through. I mean, we ain't going to cover that right now, but sheesh.
But none of them are great.
No, but I mean, you just got an allotment of quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he got to strap his cleats on and get to work. All that shit he been doing. Excuse me. All that stuff he been doing.
Right.
I don't know if that's gonna fly. I mean, it is Cleveland, so they're known for screwing up a lot.
Shenanigans, if you
Right.
will.
Think about how many quarterbacks they've had play in the last 5 years. It doesn't matter
20.
who's starting. It always rotates.
Right.
It's like it's a pattern. Right. So he's gonna see some time. I feel like
I think so.
early.
Because Joe's old.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Pickett is
Washed.
washed, and then the other rookie they got, I don't even know who he is. So, he's gonna have a chance to get in there if he puts his head down and gets to work.
Right.
But not if his dad is, not if they're on that flashy, acting crazy stuff. I don't know.
Now, he might have a chance to get in there, but I tell you what, ain't going to have a chance. I'm not going to have a chance to say one more word until they do 3 things.
What's that?
And that's like, share, and subscribe, because we're doing this for you all at home, just so you can have your way of, I guess, commenting and letting your point be known on how you feel about this up-and-coming season.
Right.
That's why we do it. We're selfless. We're like Uncle Baby Billy. We are selfless. By the time we pay all the people and the panelists in the back and everybody moving, all those needles back there, as far as like the meal mark on where we have to be as far as success and the ladder of measurement, we pretty much break even, Lex. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, I still owe, Cappy 10 that $50 for those frothy, espressos he brought. That's neither here nor there. We need you all to like, share, and subscribe. And my man Dude got a little something extra he wants to add into it.
Get in that comment section.
For what, dude?
What y'all think about Shador? Would you think we should have picked him? You think we did the right thing? What you think about the rest of the picks? Let us know.
Right. And there's some stuff that we're going to talk about in the regular episode that he went through, and by he, I mean Shador, as far as some young guys pulling pranks. But we'll get into it later on. But you guys got to get through this part right here. So, it does have a factor with the whole Shador Sanders and the ambiance of his audience. Right. Because the young people, they bring a presence. Mm-hmm. They do. They bring a presence. There's nothing different than what these young guys are doing than what Muhammad Ali did. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, rumble, young man, rumble.
Right.
They're just bringing more flair to it.
Right.
The game needs excitement, man, and these young kids are excited for the way that it's moving. What were you gonna say, Wax?
I was gonna say, but they got to back it up, though.
Right.
That's the only thing that's different from Muhammad Ali and like some of these young and up and comers.
Right.
Like they have to walk the walk and like talk the talk and walk the walk. That's
Right.
what I'm trying to say.
I got you.
Know what I mean, because
So-
like, a lot of them haven't been doing that.
Yeah, I agree. Now this next pick, dude, I'm excited as all get out.
Well, that's right up your wheelbarrow right there.
That's why, man, because it's a running back who knows how to utilize his gifts.
Right.
Young Caleb Johnson, he's coming all the way from the the sunny and rainy state of Iowa. You dig what I'm saying? Right. So he's just moving his way on to the Steel Curtain and Steeler Nation. So welcome to Pittsburgh, Caleb Johnson. Now, let me ask you this, dude. How you feeling about this young man and the energy he possesses to, enable us to have a successful season in the run department with your boy Jalen?
Right. I think he's a perfect complement to Jalen. Plus, he runs the zone run. That's what they've been running over there. And Najee really wasn't good at the zone run.
Right.
Maybe Najee will be better where he's at. I don't know if they got a straight. Harbaugh probably got a more straightforward running game. So I think Caleb Johnson is good in the zone run. So he's perfect for Arthur Smith's offense. So I think it'll be a nice addition. Nice quarterback by committee, nice running back by committee thing that they got going there with the running backs we got now.
Right. Before I get to you, Wax, I do want to say this. I feel like that young man is going to be electric back there because in a zone offense, the one thing that you need that this young man possesses is patience. He has that.
Right.
Now, Wax, how you feeling about this young cat coming from Iowa?
I'm with the pickup, man. Like he looks like a great running back. Like he knows how to hit it when it's time to hit it. You know what I mean? He has patience. He has vision. And he's shrugging tackles off like they're just flies. You know what I mean?
Now, I had to ask you this because we had got rid of a running back by the name of Najee Harris, and you wasn't too, sad to see him go. So I just needed to hear what you had to say about it because, we needed something to fill that void.
I just want to tell him good luck and good riddance.
Here you go, man. This ain't even that show for that yet, Wax.
I'm just saying, he wasn't what everybody thought he was going to be. So, he was a detriment to the team.
He had us fooled. I will say that. I'll be the first to say it, but
And I always say if Najee would have got picked in the 3rd or the 4th round, I would be like, all right, it was a decent pickup. But as far as first round, it was a loss. We got to start hitting on these first round picks. I think we did this year. But only time will tell that. You really only know if you hit 2 or 3 years later.
Right.
But I think in the last 10 years, only one of our first round picks signed a second contract, and that's T.J. Watt. So you gotta hit on your first round picks. It's not a perfect science, so you're gonna miss every once in a while in the first round. But if you miss consecutively and keep doing it, it really sets the whole franchise back a little bit. So hopefully we're back to it. We'll see with Broderick Jones if that's a hit this year or not.
They're moving him back to his natural position, so it better be for his sake.
Yeah, it better be.
Because at that point, then what's the excuse, man?
Nothing.
Those mistakes, a lot of them were mental.
Yeah.
So I feel like he is the guy for the job, but he better do his due diligence in that position.
We definitely need him this year to step up another notch.
Now, I'm extremely pleased because I seen the dude, man. He knows how to scoot, boot, and or boogie, man. So I feel like he's definitely going to compliment Warren back there.
And the thing about it is, at the combine, I think he only ran like a 4. He ran like a 4.57, but he looks faster than that. Like game speed, he looks faster than that. So,
You got.
Game is what counts.
You got to remember, Jerry Rice ran a 4.5.
Right.
So a 4.5 is not slow in any means.
That's not slow at
You
all.
dig what I'm saying? It's just how well can you move around that 4.5 speed on that football field.
Right.
How can you execute and get the job accomplished?
Right.
Moving at a 4.5 speed deficit.
Right.
In a 40-yard burst per burst.
And if game speed is what really matters.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can be, like you said, Jerry Rice, but when you got on that field, He wasn't 4'5". Jerry Rice was running past everybody, so
He wasn't messing around.
right. It's really what happens when you got those cleats and them pads on. And
I agree.
You know.
So this next guy I'm gonna introduce. Now this is an outside linebacker that we need to, kind of help us fill in the blanks. So do you think he's the man for the job?
Jack Sawyer, by the way, that's his name, Jack Sawyer.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I can't wait to see what he can do on the NFL field. I saw him in college, and he was pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
He was a run stopper.
Being that Ohio State is, I'm a Michigan fan, so, it's hard for me to even say the word Ohio State without wanting to fight.
Right.
But being that they're the national champs right now, do you feel like that this young man is going to complement that curtain that we need moving forward this year?
I definitely think he's gonna, get an opportunity to get out there and play a little bit. We still got them two dogs on the outside, so his chances are gonna be limited. But he's probably gonna be special teams. You know what I mean? And then whenever T.J. Watt needs a spell, I think he'll be able to fill in pretty decent.
Right. We double dipped in Iowa. We went ahead and got a defensive end. I mean, I don't, like you just said, them two dogs on the outside. So I don't know how much this young man's going to get in the rotation. But how you pronounce his first name? Yahya Black.
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't sound like somebody that you shouldn't fear.
Right.
Any young man calling himself Yahya sounds like he might knock your helmet off. You dig what I'm saying? So.
And he's a big boy. He I like the pick too. 5th round, you know what I mean? Those are all the toss-ups. So
right.
We'll see what happens with that. But I like to pick up, shore up some of that defensive line. We got gashed in the playoffs last year, man. The Ravens ran all over us. So in the second half of the year, like we was getting run all over. So I'm not mad at them shoring up the defensive line a little bit.
Right. That was a part of that 6 straight that we had going, down the tubes.
Right.
So, I feel like I want to disconnect myself and disenfranchise myself with the back half of that season, and I'm looking forward to, better days.
Right.
Now, when I said the Steelers been doing a lot of double dipping, we went right back to Ohio State and we got a quarterback. Now, they were the national champions. The young man from Ohio State, Will Howard, we picked him up.
Right.
So, he does have the vision, the precision to throw to DK Metcalf. Hopefully he's able to get our air attack off the ground.
I mean, that's if he gets some playing time. I don't know what if they're gonna give him any PT, because I still think Aaron Rodgers will end up being here at some point. I don't like it, but I think that's what's gonna happen.
I just hope he has impressive scrimmages. That's what I mean, as far
Will Howard? Yeah.
Them to raise a brow and
right. Because they're probably looking at him like a project quarterback. I mean, he looked good in the college playoffs. Man, he was killing everybody in that playoff.
Right.
And
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was gonna say, and he's built like Josh Allen.
Yeah,
like
he's
tall and mobile a little bit.
Same size. Honestly, like the exact same size when Josh came out. 6'4", 237, I think. Big dude. So, we'll see how that goes. Like,
right.
And he got some legs on him too. Like he can get moving.
Right.
So, I don't know. Like I haven't really done any of the deep dive into him to see why he slipped so far. But I don't know. I liked him in college. I think it was a decent pick.
I myself personally, I know how he fell so far. It was a defensive line year. It was like a defensive and an offensive line year. They focused in this draft on the line. Everybody did.
Right. And Ohio State was just stacked. So maybe the fact that Ohio State was so stacked that they were just like, was he really that good, or was it the team around him? I mean, y'all beat them though, didn't you?
Yeah, we beat them. Yeah. You damn right we beat them. We was one of the only blemishes on that record.
Right. Y'all might have been the last team to beat them.
That's what we do.
I forget.
You know, we beat people, and we, you know, let everybody know that you ain't as good as you thought you was, even if you win the national championship.
And then get slaughtered the rest of the year.
And then go home.
Easy.
And then go home.
Slaughtered.
You was out there doing the Macarena and the mashed potato too this year, so I don't want to hear it, Wax.
I mean, but not fresh off a national championship like y'all were.
It happens. We had a target on our back, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna keep saying it, man. And you zip it over there, because them Panthers was over there looking awful quiet. They was stinking up the joint.
Stinking up the joint.
I mean, y'all won so many good games, man, and y'all was pretty much on y'all's way, man.
Yeah.
But then y'all made 11 Albuquerque.
They was on their way home.
Yeah.
They was going to. Because Pitt ain't, I mean, don't get me started. Don't get
Well, no, I mean, because you got to be honest. That's a college to where when you think about the portal, it may affect you. I know that they got one of the young boys, what's his name, Dejon Reynolds. He went to UNLV, so he's out in Las Vegas right now. And he was one of the guys that I think I was kind of counting on to, you know, make you guys.
That's the thing. Like you said, the portal, Pittsburgh's not like a portal destination. They're more like a, if you did good at a low school, then Pitt will get you. And then if you do good there, then somebody else is going to take them from you.
And they recruit well in the state, too.
Right.
So, like, if you're doing your thing around here, they'll follow you and try to scoop you.
Right. Unless Penn State wants you, and then Penn State gets you.
Yeah, they do.
They're Penn State.
Right. And it's almost like Pitt.
Right.
Penn State.
Right.
Penn State. All right, you got it. So, you know, shout out to college football, you know, and everything that it brings to our Saturday afternoon. But let's call it what it is, man. You know, some of these universities are more major than the other ones.
Right.
Let me ask y'all this, though. So far, how would you grade our draft?
I give them a hobby.
A hobby, dude?
I give it an A, seeing that we didn't have a second round pick. Maybe I put DK Metcalf in that mix, I guess, but I would give it an A. I liked it. I actually loved it. I started out liking it, but then I started to love it as I started watching the players that we got at the picks that we got them.
You better put DK in that mix. There's gonna be 150 million ways to put that brother in that mix.
Right.
I mean, we paid a bag for that young man, so.
We did. Yeah. And have nobody to throw the ball to.
Will No Lip Howard is going to be in there scrunching his face out. This man got
What's his handle?
Will No Lip Howard. He has Karen energy, but I think he'll be all right though. Truthfully, like
That
just
is wow.
keep him from Oakland.
Right.
Just keep him away from Oakland. He'll be all right.
Why would you name him already before he even got one snap out of it? You know what I mean?
He has no. His facial features are funny.
Moving forward, we're going straight across this. We're going straight across the map, and we landed in Washington. Now, this guy, he's from one of our very own. He's like almost born and bred to be in a position he's at. You guys remember Mark Bruner?
Yeah.
This is his boy. This is his son.
Carson Bruner.
Yep. He's going to bring a lot of excitement in that linebacker's position.
Hopefully, you know.
Right.
Like you said, you know, once you get down to these picks, it's like they got to buckle their helmet on and do the dirty work. Once you're in that position, 7th round, like you got work to do. So hopefully he puts in some work and they can keep him around.
Yeah, because it's not given to you being drafted so late.
Not at all.
Right, and he's linebacker, and our linebacker room is kind of stacked. So, you know, he's gonna have to do the dirty work.
Yeah,
get out there, kickoff, punt return, and all of that stuff. And
the grunt work.
Yeah, knock some heads off on kickoff return and stuff like that.
Right. Last guy on the agenda is Dante Kent from Central Michigan, cornerback.
Punt
returner. Dude got wheels on him, man. I seen a lot of his highlights, man, and he knows how to move and groove out there, man. So I feel like he might have a position that might get solidified before any of these guys in the draft class because he knows how to be he's versatile.
Right.
You know, anybody that can go out there, cover, you know, whoever they need to cover and return punts. That brother, man, he deserves a spot at least on the punt return team.
What's his size though? Like, is he kind of tall or is he a short?
I'm not even sure.
Because if he's short, I'm a little bit skeptical.
Man, look at Calvin Austin the third.
Yeah.
That brother wasn't that big, and that boy knew how to scoop, boot, and boogie, man.
I mean, I'm just saying.
So
he's 5'11".
Okay, that's better than 5'9".
Right, but 5'9", don't get it twisted, man. Them 5'9" cats, man, they do know how to get out there.
They do on other teams. Like I don't think we utilize our smaller running backs and receivers like other squads.
Jalen Warren's about 5'9".
He's the only one.
So he's the exception.
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
But he fumbles a lot. So
I was gonna say that, Wax. I just didn't want to say it and piss this guy off.
Nah, you pissed me off. Listen, I'm realistic about it. Like he definitely needs to hold on to that pill.
Right.
But as far as like the draft as a whole, I liked it. I mean, like I said, when we like Will Howard, we got him, and he played good in Kansas State. He was Big 12 Player of the Year in 2022, I think. They won the Big 12 championship.
Then he goes to Ohio State and wins the national.
Wins the national championship. So
ask for more.
Right.
In a college.
Right. Yeah. Well, like what else can you do?
Yeah.
Like win the chip. Like so, and it wasn't like he wasn't slinging it. Like they wouldn't have won without him. So like he was a key part of them winning that. It wasn't like he was just riding the rest of the team. Like he was a part of it.
Off topic, fellas. I will say this. We've been talking about, the whole satisfaction level and the expectations that we expect from Coach T, from Coach Tomlin. My brother had a wedding. Shout out to my brother Rico, a.k.a., the young bandit, a.k.a. AJ, a.k.a. Sir Jeeks, and my new sis. So with that being said, we was out there parlaying, and I was talking to a couple cats from Cleveland. My bad, Cleveland. And they was talking about the only thing that they kind of like about our team is Coach Tomlin. And I said, man, you got to check out our podcast because there's a lot of people that, have different opinions as far as how they feel about Coach Tomlin. So I took that as we need to reevaluate the team and everybody in the positions that they're in. I personally never wanted to get rid of Tomlin, and I always feel like we can do better as a team.
Right.
I always feel like who we going to put in there. So before the season even starts, I want to say shout out to Coach Tomlin, man. He got a lot on his plate that he's dealing with, but I feel like he's going to prevail. I feel like there's going to be a situation where we're going to overcome and hit that second round, and we're going to be able to talk that noise moving forward.
What you think, Wax?
I was going to say, I think they like him because they know he's the new Marvin Lewis. Because they know he's going to crap the bed whenever it comes to big games that we need. So why not keep him in that position to lose the game?
Right. Why'd you let me bring it home?
Listen, just in case we're playing their team,
right?
They have a better chance of winning because we got Tomlin on the sidelines looking befuddled.
This is the thing. I think coming from Cleveland, where they haven't been winning at all, they look at Tomlin like, well, they're winning, but like we're Pittsburgh, man. We want a win. Like just winning ain't enough. But so I can understand why they think that, but they don't. They're not here. They're not Steelers, so they don't know what it's like to be winners. Mm-mm. They've been stinking up the joint for 30 years now.
For years. And so has Tomlin. He's been stinking it up for the last 15 years.
Get him, Wax.
I wouldn't even say 15, but a long time. Like when you can't win a playoff game to save your life, you don't put the people in the position to win. Whose fault is that? I'm just saying. I think the magic is over with that bum ass nigga. I know this ain't gonna
Listen. I was like, I got my shit off. I was talking right.
Hi, won't you help today?
I was like, yeah, man. Tom
Send me money.
Doing his
Send
thing,
me money
man.
now.
It was like, fuck that nigga.
Pretty much.
Like,
Because, listen, man, I think the magic is over, man. Like, and I feel like he might do better with another team, but like I'm looking for wins right now. I'm looking for playoff wins right now. He's had the opportunity to prove us wrong how
Right.
many years in a row,
Right.
and he keeps proving me right. So why would I go back and say, you know, he's a great coach and I want him here?
Right. Well,
You know, and that's the good thing about us. We can disagree and still not be at each other's necks about it. So,
right.
you know what I mean? You got to learn how to disagree with people.
Right. I get it. I mean, he has his opinion. I got mine. You got yours.
Right.
So, with that being said, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end.
Hold on, real quick. One more little fun thing.
Yeah, we can't end it on that with Coach Tyler. He like, fuck them guys.
What more little fun thing did you guys see Antonio Brown's tweet about Big Ben's little sis?
But why would he do that, though, man? I need to know what that was for,
He's the
man.
Kanye West of sports talk.
But what is that all about? Like, what
I don't know.
warranted that?
I
Like,
just thought it was ridiculously funny.
Just to make the headlines.
Right. And out of the blue.
that was crazy, man.
He's almost a hater.
No,
That's some hater shit
it
right
is.
there. Like,
Cause not just on Ben, but on his sister. If she
Right.
did do it, like,
I think she married the guy that she was with at the time that that
Right.
was supposedly had happened.
so,
So now he knows
right.
what happened.
Or at least thinks it might have happened.
Well, he thought that the whole time. This is confirmation.
Right.
And the thing about it is, what's his name? Damn, I can't even think of his name. Antonio Brown didn't even know that it was even in question. Like, he's been questioning her about, like, so what happened in 08, 09, and 11? What happened then? Like, because she went missing,
Right.
like, a bunch of times. But, like, 11 was the one he couldn't get past.
At the Pro Bowl. So
At
they
the
was-
Pro Bowl.
They was in Hawaii, just doing all kind of salacious shit with Ben's sister.
Right. And-
Allegedly.
And she's still with the guy. That's fucked up, AB.
Yeah, that's cold, AB. You gotta get better. You gotta be better than that.
Hell yeah. You know bad boys move in silence.
Right.
This cat, man, he's just giving it all up just because he's AB, man.
But anyway, that's all. We can shut it down.
Nah, let's dip into it a little bit. So what you thinking, man? You think it's his
The CT? I mean, probably.
or do you think that he's just out here like, fuck it, man, I ain't got nothing else to lose?
Probably both. A little bit of CT and a little bit of
I'm gonna sell my story.
natural Antonio Brown shenanigans.
Cause I look Big Ben's sister up. I mean, geez.
She got Roethlisberger syndrome in her face, but her body is all right. So, you know, it is what it is. You can't stop. You know, you in Hawaii and she's willing to do it. It's like,
And ain't no telling what happens in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
don't stay in Hawaii.
A walla walla pua out there, man. Them motherfuckers, seriously, you drink that damn Hawaiian wine, anything's liable to happen out there. That shit is more like provocative than Vegas.
right, little luau. She over there learning how to hip dance. He's probably like,
There you go. And ain't no telling what they put in that luau pig.
right.
They're injecting that son of a bitch every 30 to 25 minutes. Injecting it with whatever, you know, you could be over there on some psychedelic and not even know it. And then here comes Big Ben's sister fucking fanning her fucking luau feathers all up in your face. Listen, I don't blame him, but it was a sloppy move by going straight to Twitter with that type of information.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, I mean, I don't know, AB, you're a wild one, man.
But it's Steeler news, I guess.
Yeah, so we're going to bring you everything from the ups and the downs in Steeler country. So with that being said, fellas, you know what they say. All good things must come to an end. But we're going to come straight back to them. So with that being said, dude, we came, we saw, we delivered. Peace.
Peace.